Good morning, students. Once again, welcome back to the world of business studies. And from today, we are going to start chapter number 3, that is private, public, and global enterprise. This is part first for the same. Let's discuss about the introduction of this chapter. Students, after independence, Indian government authorities have adopted a mixed economy in which both private and public enterprises were given equal importance for the growth of countries. The planners of India, they thought that if we want to grow the country very fast, then there is a need to adopt the mixed economy which has the benefits of a socialistic economy as well as the capitalistic economy. So we have given the importance to the private as well as public enterprises for the faster economic growth of our country. Students, in previous chapter, that is chapter number 2, there you have discussed different types of the sectors of Indian economy, that were the public sector and the private sector. But the main focus of chapter number 2 that was confined to only and only private sector enterprises. The types, the advantages, the disadvantages and characteristics which you have discussed in chapter number 2 were largely confined to the private sectors only. And in this chapter, we will have to discuss about the public sector enterprises, types of public sector enterprises, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, who forms all these public enterprises. We have to discuss about all these things in this chapter. Largely, public sector enterprises are from the government side, but there are certain enterprises, though those are public, but there is a private sector entry also. How is that possible? That also we will discuss in this chapter itself. Apart from this, we will also discuss about the special type of the public sectors as well as the private sector enterprises which are not Indian companies but doing their business in India. That is what considered as the multinational companies or popularly known as global enterprises. Let's discuss about the types of enterprises or the sectors in the Indian economy. There are only two types of the sectors. First one, that is a private sector, and second one, that is a public sector. Students, let me clarify one thing over here. When we are discussing about the types of enterprises or the sectors, these are different from the private companies and the public companies. There is a large distance, there is a difference, there is a huge difference between a private sector and private company as well as public sector and public companies. Here in this chapter, we will discuss about the sectors of an economy. So the sectors of economy are classified into the private sectors and public sectors. In this chapter, we are not at all going to discuss about private companies and public companies. That is the separate topic of the same subject but in the later part of the academics. So please don't get confused between private sectors, private companies and public sectors and public companies. There is a huge difference between all this. After this much introduction, let's get into the topic. First one, that is what is private sector. Now, the sectors which are owned, managed, controlled, and financed by an individual or group of individual is known as private sector. It means any sector whose ownership is of an individual or of group of individual, or that particular business is managed, controlled, or provided the capital by an individual or a group of individual, then those kind of the sector is considered as the private sectors. Let's discuss about the types of private sectors which you have already discussed in the previous chapter. First one, that is a sole proprietorship. Second one, that is cooperative societies, joint stock companies, partnership, and joint Hindu family business. These were the main types of the private sectors about which we have already discussed in the previous chapter, that is a chapter number 2, forms of business enterprises. These all are the types of the private sectors, and that is why in the beginning of this chapter itself I have clarified that the previous chapter mainly focused on the private sectors, and in this chapter we will focus mainly on the public sector enterprises. Now, what is public sector? The sectors which are owned, controlled, managed, and financed by government are known as the public sector. Students, when we discuss about the government, it means it includes all levels of government, that the ownership, control, management of finance will be provided by the central government and or state government and or local government. Mainly in India, the contribution in public sector, that is from center and or state governments. So, if any sector which is owned, controlled, managed and financed by central government jointly or individually with the state government, then those kind of the sectors are considered as public sector enterprises. There are many public sector enterprises which are controlled by center and or jointly state government. Those all are public sectors. Let's discuss about the types of the public sector. First one, departmental undertakings. Second one, public corporations, which are also known as the statutory corporations. And the final one, government companies. Let's start with the first type of a public sector, that is departmental undertakings. Let's take a detailed idea about what exactly departmental undertaking is. Begins with the definition. These are those enterprises which are owned, controlled, managed, and financed by the government and works under a ministry of government. Students, this is the oldest form of public enterprises because this departmental undertakings are the simplest way for the government to form enterprises which are highly required for the development of a nation. These were also conceived as the lubricant for the development of Indian economics. These services, which are provided under the departmental undertaking, are very vital and requires a close control. That is why all those services are grouped under the departmental undertakings, and this departmental undertaking is work under the Ministry of Government, and it is considered as one of the departments of government. It means there is no separate existence of a departmental undertaking than that of a government, and all the functions of this departmental undertaking are under the overall control of a ministry or a department of particular government. It cannot form its own budget. It cannot use its funds and when they require. They have to deposit their whole incomes in the government treasures and everything. If we take the examples of the departmental undertakings, then the railway, defense, post and telegraph, broadcasting services, largely that is confined to Delhi Doordarshan network and different channels of Delhi Doordarshan. That is what broadcasting. Telephone services confined to BSNL, Bharatiya Sanchar Nigam Limited. These all industries are working as a departmental undertakings, and they are controlled by a separate ministry. That is, if we take the example of the railway is working as a departmental undertaking under the railway ministry, and so on for the other examples also. Now, let's discuss about the main features, natures, or characteristics of departmental undertakings. Departmental undertakings are financed through the government treasures. It means in the budget itself, government will make provisions that how much fund will be provided to this kind of the undertakings for their further business, and whenever there is an incorporation of departmental undertakings, then the capital required for the incorporation will be provided from the government treasures. Government treasures, it means from the government revenues. Second one, that all the employees of departmental undertakings are considered as the government employees, and they enjoy all the rights which are given to the government employees. Next one, that this all the departmental undertakings are subjected to the general accounting and auditing system. It means there is no need to set up a special accounting and auditing systems which is required in other types of government companies or the public sectors. Now, whenever there is any kind of the issue regarding the national security, then this departmental undertakings are more suitable because it is direct under control of the Ministry of Government. So it becomes very easy for the government to control it and to keep a very close eye on that particular activities. Finally, there is a high degree of public services to the departmental undertaking. It means most of the activities which are performed by the departmental undertakings are in the form of public services except the defense production like railway, post and telegraph, broadcasting, telephone and communication. These all services are highly provided for the benefit of the public, and that is also at a comfortable price, affordable price, and because of this reason only, there is a high degree of public service to the departmental undertakings. Let's discuss about the advantages of departmental undertakings. First one, easy formation, effective control, optimum utilization of funds, suitable for national security, accountability, and source of income for the government. Let's have a detailed idea about all these advantages one by one. Let's discuss about the advantages of DU in detail. Main advantages, merits, or benefits of DU. First, easy formation. It is very easy for the government to form the departmental undertaking as initial registration is not compulsory. If any form of departmental undertakings wants to come up with their equity, then the registration as per the norms of Indian Companies Act is compulsory, but if it wants to serve as a simple allied services to the political parties or to the government, then the registration as per ICA is not compulsory. So government can form it very easily. The example of such that is a DD network, that is a Delhi Doordarshan network. As it has no equity, it is not compulsory to get registered it with the ICA and company registrar. Whereas if any other DU which have the equity, it is compulsory for them to get the registered with the company registrar. Second point, that is effective control. The control on departmental undertaking is very easy because these departmental undertakings are working as a one of the department of government, or it works under the ministry of the government. So there is a direct parliamentary control of government on the functioning of departmental undertakings. This leads to the effective control in departmental undertakings. Next is accountability. Now, when we discuss about the accountability, it means the responsibility of answerability. Now, there is a great accountability in departmental undertakings because it is under the direct parliamentary control. So, whatever is the performance of the departmental undertakings, that could be discussed in the parliament. What fund, what kind of the fund was provided, how much fund was provided, where these departmental undertakings have used this fund, what are the expenditures. So this every minute details will be discussed in the parliament. So there is a greater public accountability on the departmental undertakings because they are using the sources of the government which government has raised from the public in form of tax and non-tax revenue. Advantages continues, and the next one in the line, that is the source of income. Now when we discuss about the source of income, we are talking about the source of income from the for the government. This departmental undertaking is a great and main source of income for the government's revenue because whatever the income, whatever the surplus which is generated by the departmental undertaking, they have to deposit in the treasury of the government. So this income becomes the main revenue of the government. That is why it is said that these departmental undertakings are the great source of income for the government revenue. Next one, that is optimum utilization of funds. Now, in the departmental undertaking, this people, officers, employees who are appointed, they makes the proper utilization of the funds. The reason behind that the fund which is allocated to them, they have to give a minute report of that fund, that where they have used, how they have utilized. If they are in the deficit of fund, again they have to get the ministerial sections, budget, accounting and auditing, even for purchase of the miscellaneous goods like the bulbs, tubes, fans and drums even. They have to get it sanctioned from the ministries or in the budget. So, if they overuse it, automatically in the parliament report, that would be caught by the government and the person can be thrown out of the post. So, each and everyone working in the departmental undertaking makes the proper utilizations of the fund. The final in the line is suitable for national securities. Now, we have discussed in the features itself that whenever there is a issue regarding the national security, at that time, these departmental undertakings are more suitable because these are under the direct control and supervision of the concerned ministry. So, all the secret matters which require to remain secret is possible under this kind of the sector of economy. Let's get the idea about disadvantages of the first, lack of motivation, lack of flexibility, delay in decision making, lack of financial autonomy, red tapeism, and finally, undue government interference. Let's discuss about all this in detail one by one. Disadvantages, demerits, or drawbacks of DU. First one, that is a lack of flexibility. Students, there is a high degree of inflexibility in the performance of the departmental undertakings. Main reason behind this, that is that the departmental undertakings are working under the direct parliamentary control. They need to get sanctioned each and everything. Plus, as these departmental undertakings are treated as a one of the government office or one of the government department which works under the ministry of the government, there is too much interference of the ministers as well as the top officials of the government ranking. Whenever departmental undertaking wants to take any kind of the vital decisions, they are not able to take it. The reason behind it, that there is a political interference in the functioning of departmental undertakings. This all factors reduces the flexibility as well as efficiency of departmental undertaking. Second and most affecting disadvantage of DU is the lack of motivation. All those officers who are at the top level in departmental undertakings, they are the officials for the namesake. The reason is that all the officials or any official who is appointed on the top level position in DU cannot utilize the revenue because as DU is under the parliament control, the power is not given to the DU to utilize their revenue in the way they want, and they have to deposit their revenue in the government treasury itself. In addition to this, there is no incentive to maximize profit. It means whenever there are any incentives to maximize the profit, the workers or the subordinates will work to the highest capacity. Another problem with the departmental undertakings performance is that all kind of the promotions are purely based on seniority, not on the base of the efforts put in by the employee or on the basis of merits. It's purely on the basis of seniority. So each and every employees, they know that whether they perform properly or not. If the time for the promotion comes and if they are senior, they are going to get their promotion. So they are not at all motivated to perform to their best ability because promotion is on the basis of seniority, not on the basis of their performance. In this way, there is a lack of motivation in departmental undertaking. Disadvantages continues. Lack of financial autonomy. In the previous topic itself, we have discussed that all the revenue which are generated by the departmental undertakings, they have to deposit in the government treasury. This leads to lack of financial autonomy as there is no independence or freedom of utilizing the funds in their own way. They are not at all allowed to use their own revenue freely or to meet the new expenditures or to capture a new opportunities. They have to deposit each and every single rupee in the government treasury. Next one, that is delay in decision making. The employees or the heads of BU, if they want to take any kind of the decision, whether it is an important one or the subordinate one, they have to take the approval of the concerned ministry. So sometimes it happens that there is a delay in decision making, and whenever we want to take the prompt decision, we cannot take in DU. Disadvantages continue, and the next one, that is the red tapeism. Red tapeism means shifting the responsibility on the shoulders of others. In the government sector, this is the common thing, and quite possible, students, you would have also experienced these things by yourself. When you go into the government department to the particular person, he will ask you to go to the other person, that other fellow will send you to the another department. So this is what considered as the red tapeism. In this, it is very much important for the DU that they have to complete all kind of the administrative formalities. They are busy with the paperwork and the procedures. Because of this reason, this government employees always try to shift their responsibilities on the shoulders of the others. The last one, that is undue government interference. As you know, that the DU is under direct control of government, there is lots of political interference on the working of departmental undertakings and in the decisions also. Let's have a quick revision about what we have discussed. We have discussed about the types of sectors. We have discussed about the types of public sectors. We have discussed about the first type of public sector, that is a departmental undertaking. And in that, we have discussed about the advantages of departmental undertaking, and we have also discussed about the disadvantages of departmental undertakings. It's time for assignment, and this is the assignment for the day. Now it's the time to say goodbye. Bye bye, students. I hope the concepts are clear in your mind. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning all the objectives and all the theoretical part. Once again, thank you very much.